Hey guys, Chris Lynton here from Tribefit, and today we are blessed to have Amanda Roes with us today, all the way from Ontario, Canada. How are you doing, Amanda?
Great, thank you.
Now, today we've got her on board to have a bit of a chat about, I guess, Amanda, your journey, your background, your successes with your online business in relatively a short time, and I guess kind of go through what the stages that kind of clicked for you that allowed you to kind of grow as fast as you have in such a short period of time. So I guess before we dive into it, Amanda, do you want to give everyone a bit of a background on yourself, where you've come from, and I guess just top level results today?
Yeah, for sure. So in 2010, I started personal training and I was a face to face trainer for 7 years. I did a little bit of online training here and there, 12-week programs, maybe four I sold. I didn't really advertise them. It was kind of learn as I go. And then I went into policing in 2017 and I was in policing for a little while before returning to my love of fitness coaching. I've been fortunate now to work with first responders and been with Chris and the team at Tribefit since December 3rd is when I signed up. So about a month and a half ago. It's been going great.
Fantastic. And I guess, I remember the first, or before we jump in that, so what really have you looked into in the online space prior to jumping on board with us?
I've read a couple of books. I watched a lot of Chris's TribeFit webinars, the free resources out there. I actually booked a call. It was the third call before I finally stuck with it. The first two I ended up canceling because I thought, oh gosh, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe not. But then third time's a charm and the call, and it's been fantastic. So mainly just online type reading up until this point here.
Cool. And what was your, I guess, your real desire to go online rather than just stay face to face?
I have a huge love for first responders now after being in the field and realize the fitness challenges both while trying to get hired and then also while on the job. So I work with both areas there. And just being able to reach more people and being able to leverage my time better. I found I was having days, some days were 9, 10 hours with clients, and with three kids, we live on a farm. It was too much. So this way I'm able to work the hours that I want to, and be able to help more people is the greatest thing.
Awesome. Fantastic. Cool. And I guess at what stage did everything kind of click and start taking off? Was there any sort of light bulb moments? Was there any activity or anything you did that kind of flipped the switch and started making everything grow?
Well, before I even contacted Chris, my first light bulb moment was in finding my niche. Chris had said on a webinar, "What makes you different than anyone else?" And the niche I had been working in, I thought, not really a lot. So right away, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to be doing first responder. That is my niche. And once I started jumping into the modules, I had to be careful. I would actually go to bed because I just wanted to keep watching them. But things like that I had never thought of before. And I thought, this is absolutely brilliant and easy. Why did I never think of going into these Facebook groups to find people, to pull them into a private group? And that private group has grown pretty quickly. I'm at over 400 people in there now since launching on December the 12th. So in about a month, it's grown and it's been fantastic. Now I'm starting to really get a lot of the members on there asking questions and others answering. And so it's a real community. So just simple things like that have just, I don't know why I didn't think of that, but it's working brilliantly.
Awesome. And I guess in terms of your packages, so what do you charge now, and what do you deliver? I guess to the average client.
All right. So it's a 12-week program and the price is $980. That includes their taxes. And what it includes is I do strength training programs for them. I use PT Distinction. I've used that for a few years and I really, I like that platform. So I have their strength training in there. I have a template that is basic to policing, basic to fire, and then I tweak it individually, like here and there. I don't usually have to do that much to that template, so it saves a lot of time there. Obviously, based on what equipment they have, I need to change it somewhat. But they have their strength training programs, which get changed out every few weeks. They have 2 programs that they're to do a few times each week. I'm putting in there their sets, their reps. They're on their end, putting in what they did, the weight and everything. And then I also have 24, I call them finisher videos. And what they are is they're meant to be short, high intensity. So they're 6 to 16 minutes long. And they either go at the end of a strength session or they're on their own on a day when the client may not have much time. And I find those work really well. A lot of people tend to struggle with the beat test, or also known as the shuttle test.
Yep.
So, and different components of the testing require not just strength, not just cardio, endurance, but a mix of the two. So that's what those 24 are really meant to help. And then there's an additional 18 for the firefighters. I'm a CrossFit level 2 coach as well. So I pull in some of that. I like their high intensity, short duration type thinking. So that's in there. And then I do different programming running wise based on their goals. So some police services require a 10-kilometer run.
Yep.
After a certain amount of time. So if their service requires that, then we're training them in the 10K, a 5K, or with the beat test. So those are kind of preset programs that they plug into depending on where they're starting.
Beautiful.
And then nutrition wise, they're basically tracking their food in the food journal that I can see from my end. They either type it in, or most of them just take a picture of the meal or snack and pop it in. And nutrition, we go into, I don't do meal plans for them unless they really, really want them, because I find for a lot of clients, they don't work well because they just get frustrated if they're not sticking exactly to it. So instead I have a list of here's some great breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack ideas. Here's the recipes to go with them. Some people want to kind of dive into the counting macros. So then I'll give a general guideline based on them and their activity of how many carbs, fats, proteins in a day. Some people could care less and they don't want to track it. And so that's fine. So the nutrition is kind of dependent on what they're looking for. And then we do a coaching call every other week, which has worked fantastically. I had always in the past done every week. And I thought, oh, how am I going to get many people in? And then I was listening to one of the modules where, you were saying don't do them too often, and every other week, 15 minutes is usually what they are. It's been very, very well.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like a mental shift that people think, oh, if I'm taking away things, how can I charge this? Or, will the client not like it? In actual fact, look, in my first business, I tried weeklies. We moved to fortnightly, and by far, like if you're tapping into someone every single week, you actually find they get lesser result, because it in a way becomes a bit of a redundant conversation. You're kind of going through the same stuff again, and everything that you're saying, it's like as soon as you do it, you're like, geez, like better for me, better for them. Like it's just a massive win-win. Cool. All right. So, question for you: what made you cancel your first 2 calls that you booked in with us?
The biggest thing, honestly, looking at it, was fear. I like to succeed and succeed really well. And so for me, even after I had purchased it and said, yeah, I'm in, it was still a big fear thing of, geez, what if I launch this and I have nobody? And my face-to-face clients know I'm doing this. What if they're asking me and I say, I have no one, and I go weeks, months, whatever, and I have no one. And that for me, I think that was the biggest thing. That, and then financially, I thought, oh, geez, like, can I afford? I didn't know what it would cost. I didn't even know. I didn't talk to anybody on the call. But then I thought, okay, I trust my clients pay me to coach them because I have an expertise in something they're looking for. I need to find a coach who has an expertise in what I'm looking for. So I need to be coached in this. And I mean, I was saying to you earlier, it paid off in the first week. I had more than paid for the entire thing. So well worth it.
It's phenomenal. No, hats off you. You've done the work. You've been focused, and no, it's interesting. So, cancel the two because of fear and financial. What made you what was the reason why you booked in the third and you thought to yourself, look, I'm actually going to turn up and not cancel this one? What was the shift?
I was intrigued by just to learn what Tribefit had to offer, and I was ready. I had a giant MasterCard bill, and thought, okay, I need to be doing something else here. And time-wise, I needed to be cutting back on the face-to-face time I was spending with clients so that I could spend more time with my family. I knew I would be able to reach more people in the online training. So I think it was just a matter of the timing. I was ready then. I got off the call. I said to my husband, so I had this call, but I'm not going to do it. It might be too much. And he's like, well, will it be worth it? And I said, yeah, I have no doubt it would be worth it. He said, well, then do it. And I'm glad he said that, because it's been great ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is that leap of faith, I guess. And like you said before, it's I find it so powerful, even for myself and in every business we've been in, if you aren't able or if you aren't able to take the leap of faith and invest in yourself, it's almost unethical to ask other people to invest in you.
Absolutely.
And one standpoint's the ethical component, but the other standpoint is it's such a mental shift. And I find it time and time again that people are like, oh, well, but people don't pay for things over the phone, or people don't do that sort of thing. And it's like, well, really, it's just you think you don't, and then you're reflecting that onto other people.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense? Cool. Okay. I think I've got one last question for you. So what's look, you've crushed it. You're going phenomenally well, which is fantastic, and congratulations. Like, hats off to yourself. You deserve it. What's your goals for 2020?
My goals are to be almost exclusively online. By the end of the year, I want to have just a small handful of face-to-face clients. I shouldn't say my favorites, because I'm not supposed to have favorites, but probably do. So, have a couple. But other than that, be exclusively online. And I'm looking to be, by the end of the year, that I'll have 3 to 4 new signups every week. So that's the goal by December of this year.
Beautiful. And financially, at the end of December, if you were to look back at the business, the bank account, what would put a huge smile on your face? Like, what's your goal, and what's your dream goal?
Yeah. Ideally, I'm going for 200,000 a year. Beautiful. I mean, more than that would be awesome, but that's the 2 year from now. I told the kids that once I'm making 100,000 a year, I'm going to bring them to Australia to visit. So yeah, just to have that financial freedom would be great.
Fantastic. Well, look, you're well on your way. And the next things you're about to go through, the next stages, extremely powerful. And there is absolutely no reason why, come December this year, we'll be jumping on another call and celebrating together and hearing about you booking your tickets to come over.
Fantastic. That'd be great.
Cool. As we wrap up, Amanda, I guess, do you have any, if anyone's kind of in the situation you were, or maybe I'll reword it, say, like, if where you are now, if you could give yourself a word of advice 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, what would you tell yourself, and what would you tell someone that was probably in a similar situation right now?
Yeah, I would say just do it. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. I wanted to have everything lined up before I launched, but the module said, no, just launch and things will fall into place after that. And that was so, so true. So don't wait till the right time, because there may be no perfect time. Just jump into it, and it will pay off huge. Just have faith in the process, and you'll do great.
Beautiful. Amanda, appreciate your time. I know a lot of people listening to this are going to take some massive stuff from it. And like you said, you canceled the calls, you booked it in, you knew you want to do it. And it really is just that leap of faith to make it happen. And you've done it. Made that happen. You got the dog in the background.
Sorry, yes. And the kids just got home from school and he saw the bus come. I apologize.
No worries. We're about to wrap up anyway, so it's actually perfect timing. I'll let you go. Thanks again for your time, Amanda, and we'll speak soon.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Chris. Take care.
See ya.
Thanks so much. Bye.